Senator Aubrey McCarthy.
Thank you, Éireann, for being here today. So sorry for not being here for your opening statement, but I certainly had read it. I come from an SME background myself, and I was brought up on a farm, and over the years that farm became an antiques auction rooms. We had a restaurant, coffee shop. We had new furniture. We had playground. So everything. It really became a hub. And I can hear your pain when it comes to the increased costs over the years, and even when you're saying, you know, regarding your insurance gone from 9,000 to 52,000, I've been through that, and so we've been there since 1967, and even I redeveloped the place there a couple of years back. We changed the building, but there was no change in the avenue, no change in anything like that, and there was a levy for the council for 85,000 that had to be paid, even though there was no new services. So the costs of running a business have really increased, and just a few weeks ago I decided, no, I can't subsidise this anymore. The rates, the insurances, the wage increases, and I want everybody to get a good living wage. But the problem is you can't put up the margins, and so it became to the point I just couldn't do it. So we're pivoting again, and we're changing just to see what will be the demand. So my heart goes out to you regarding running a business. And you know, the next day, when I closed it on the Saturday, the next morning I was just the relief, which even though I had been there since 1967. I actually feel SMEs are the backbone of Ireland. So when the Pfizers and the Intels and all of these, if they leave, if Trump makes a decision tomorrow and they decide to leave Ireland, who employs all the people? And not only that, who sponsors the field day? Who sponsors the local football team and all that? And I know that. But anyway, the questions that I want to ask you. It looks like business closures are becoming normalised in Ireland. And in your own sector, amongst your members, are you seeing well-run businesses, like my own experience, becoming victims of closure? And the reason I ask that is everybody looking on was saying, I'm making a fortune because my cafe always was full, etc. So what's in the sector? What is your experience?
So that's a really good question. When we had the issue with the insurance going back 10 years ago, we kind of realised at that point we needed to be compliant. Everybody needed to be compliant. So obviously when you're dealing with so many businesses, so basically what we do as a sector, we have a formula that we follow. Okay, so you have to have your certificates, making sure all your safety checks are up to date, ensuring that your staff are trained. We have ISME that actually come in to help, with them connecting with all our members to make sure that our staff are trained, our safety checks, all our safety statements, everything is covered. It's all like ticking a box. And yes, we do have everything pretty much covered at this point because as a sector, we take pride in having a safe environment for people to come in and to enjoy, and we have to be that way purely because of the insurance issues that we've had in the past. So yes, the answer to the question is yes, we are very, very compliant and very, very safe. Interesting,
Éireann, I had a playground as part of my offering as well. And our insurance went up. And so we kept doing it because it's a necessary part when the women are in, they're in coffee morning, the women who lunch, we call them in Kildare, they come in and they have the kids out playing. Then we have nice offering of good quality furniture. And then eventually we just couldn't afford it. And so we were really subsidising the insurance, and then the insurance company came back and said, unfortunately, we can't quote this year. So that decided, so then we just closed down the playground. So it's like as if there's no support, first of all, then the computer says no. But can I ask you, you mentioned in the statement that the PRSI and pay-related costs are the number one concern for members, closely followed by energy costs. So my question would be, at what point does a well-intentioned increase in wages actually begin to undermine the very jobs that you're trying to support in the first place? Do you understand the question?
Well, that's why you work 7 days a week. That's the only way I could answer that question. Like, I have formats of times where I allocate, where I have to sit down and ensure that my business is running properly from day to day, every day from 9 o'clock in the morning until 6 o'clock in the evening. And the reality is the only way I can do that is by doing a lot of the work myself. outside of that, I go into my office, I could spend 3 to 4 hours ensuring that if we needed to do staff training, we did it this week. We had a 2-hour window. We took our staff in and we did a staff training session, on things that we needed to upgrade. We do that on a regular basis. So the reality is, we as business owners, I'm not just here talking about working 7 days a week. We are actually putting in 7 days a week, grinding, making sure that everything is perfect and everything is run perfectly within our businesses to ensure safety.
Yeah, you're talking to the converted here, so I absolutely hear you. And I know, and even my own parents, 7 days a week. And one thing I do every Saturday morning, I go to my cafe and I have porridge. That's my look, and I have blueberries and cream and honey and everything beautifully prepared by the chef. It's the most expensive porridge that I ever have, because I'm subsidising the whole thing. I could stay in the Shelburne all week and have porridge on a Saturday. It'd be cheaper. So I was out in Explorium and I spoke about it today in the Seanad. Explorium is in Sandyford, and it's an interactive science campus for kids, and there's a play and all of that. And one thing they said as well is the insurances. It can be crippling, but also they are doing it second to none. They're ticking every box when it comes to expertise, but also making sure all the standards are covered. So I'm just wondering, Éireann, is it fair to say that many SMEs, they're not failing just because of one thing then? It's the cumulative, it's death by 1,000 cuts as such, and energy, PRSI, pensions, everything seems to be rising together. So if Simon Harris was here in the room, and he's a Minister for Finance, what would we be asking for? What would help you in this sector or help other SMEs?
Yeah. What's going to drive our sector to closure, the bottom line, is the expenses and the taxes, the PAYE, the PRSI. It's the same answer over and over. We run our businesses very well. We're not going to close down because we're not good entrepreneurs. We're going to close down because it just cannot be cost effective anymore. And may I just add one thing to that? A lot of our SMEs have loan repayments that they have to honour. Whether we close down or stay open, they still have to be paid. So regardless, there's going to be a debt, there's going to be issues within the family unit. People for example, myself, I give up a lot of family time, recreation time with my own family to ensure that I run my business well, the same way a lot of our SMEs do.
Could it be argued then that pride is getting a lot of us to keep our businesses going?
It's not even pride, it's just that we have passion and we love what we do. And can I say this to you, sir? If you didn't have that play centre on a Saturday on a rainy day, or you didn't have that cinema or that bowling alley, where do you go to get time out with your kids in a fun and safe and really to stimulate your kids? Where's the environment that you go to? There's nowhere to go. That's the answer. So you need us as much as we need you. We are the future. We've been here all along, but we need to be recognised as a sector to help with the mental health. Can I just tell you a quick little story? I have a young guy, a little boy. He's coming into me since he was 4 years of age, okay? And now he is 14 years of age. He came in yesterday, and to watch him develop, it's just been phenomenal. They actually gave him no hope. They said he wouldn't get past 7. Right? He not only has hope, he never stops talking, he's full of life, he's developing, he's actually getting well educated, he's been looked after, and his quality of life has been better because of us. That's their parents telling us that, and their educators telling us that. So there's a huge loss here if we don't get the support that we require.
The community loses. Thank you, Cahill.
Thank you.
Éireann.